Hello and welcome back to our channel. Welcome from Auckland. We are in the moment in Auckland as our truck is on a container ship on the way from Brisbane to Port Clunk. We bought an old Unimog, a 40-year-old Army Unimog in Australia, and we have set up this Unimog for our trip around the world. And here now our experience about the first 10,000 kilometers and what went wrong with the Unimog.
Hello, I'm Rose.
I'm Carsten.
Welcome to our channel.
And here now our experience about the first 10,000 kilometers and what went wrong with the Unimog. And it was actually a lot. A little bit unexpected, but of course we was expecting, on the other hand, something will be repaired or has to be repaired. But the last repair was actually a really expensive one. But let us start from the beginning. On the very beginning, after a couple of days, we drove the Unimog and the Brisbane around, running some errands, and suddenly the clutch was gone. A lot of oil dropping down onto the ground, and we had to actually tow the truck into a workshop to Justin from Brownbear Components, and we found out that the hose connection from the clutch cylinder to the clutch was melted away. Basically, one cable tie broke off. And because of that, the hose has touched the exhaust pipe and was melting away, and suddenly all the clutch fluid was dripping down to the ground. The clutch wasn't working anymore, and I couldn't drive the truck into the workshop, so we had to bring it on a big tow truck. We dropped the pictures in. And during this repairing, we found out that the clutch cylinder and the master cylinder are not in the best condition, so we have replaced these two pieces as well. And we went back on the road and on our big trip to Fraser Island. So everything was basically okay. We don't have any major problems with the truck, but on the end of the trip we couldn't really start the truck anymore. After the first, we had to try it a couple of times and it was making a really strange sound. I think we have recorded that even. Oh fuck, what is it? So we was bringing it back to the workshop to Brisbane, and we found out that the starter motor need to be replaced. All this job was done during a major service which we have scheduled. It was planned to go into the workshop and spend there some time. But during this major service we found out a couple of other things which need to be replaced. One of that was, now I have to read it, the range change cylinder, and we had problems with the rear brake air actuators. They have been completely corroded. There was nothing to repair. There is a lot of tension in because there's a big spring in, and somehow a couple of parts has been completely corroded. There is no rebuild kit to rebuild that, so we had to order two new rear park air brake actuators, rear park brake air actuators, actually is the right name. Two pieces because both sides has been damaged. It took a while to get them. They had to be shipped in from overseas. The first time we got two wrong ones, and then we had to follow up, and Ben from Central Mox was ordering the parts from overseas and was sending it to us. So we have replaced that and out of the workshop going on a actually big trip for a couple of weeks.
So we're on the road to Lightning Ridge.
We went to the Outback in Queensland and into the Outback of New South Wales. have been at Lightning Ridge and then a couple of beaches. And during this trip, we found out that our front axles, having some oil leakage. It was minor, it was nothing really serious. A little bit oil was dripping out. I was refilling once or twice the oil there, but it was not much going in. Basically on one side nothing was going in. I couldn't even refill it. Also really minor oil leakage. But as we have planned this huge trip from Asia or over Asia to Europe and then later America, we had some concerns and was bringing the truck back to the workshop. Unfortunately, we had not much time because our shipment was scheduled for beginning of November. And on the way back actually to Brisbane, I got really very bad news from Germany. I had to fly out on an emergency flight, or actually had to go for emergency case in Europe. It's another story. I will not go into details about that. But on the end of the day, Rose had to handle all the things in Brisbane with the truck, and she did it perfectly. And I'm very grateful for that. However, it was a lot of stress because the shipping date was set on a certain date, actually 3rd of November. We had to drop off the truck into the container yard and get it ready there for the shipment. So everyone was working under high pressure, and Justin put some overtime in to get the things together. But during this repairing, we found not out that it just is a leakage, that some of the sealants or gear is damaged. No, unfortunately, the front portals and the portal gear was damaged somehow over the years and had to be rebuilt, and the universal joints there has been completely corroded and gone. So that was actually a major job, and it was freaking expensive. I will drop in some pictures of the portal gear. They are massive things, and you cannot just rebuild them. They had to be completely replaced. And actually, we got the last original parts available in Australia. It took a while to ship them in, and one of the portal gears was actually $5,000. So it was really freaking expensive. Just the spare parts, $10,000. So Justin did this job, and he got it ready just on the last day before we had to drop off for the shipment. And on 3rd of November, we was bringing the truck then to the container yard, and there they was getting the truck ready for the shipment, put some tarpaulin on and a lot of chains to get it ready for the shipment, for the journey on the ocean. Right now, today, we have checked the position of the truck. He is somewhere north of Papua New Guinea and is expected to be on 3rd of December in Port Klang in Malaysia. We will let you know if the shipment was going very well. And of course, we will make a video about the preparation for the shipment in a couple of days. It was a big job cleaning and getting everything ready. So, and I forgot one thing more. We had a problem with our mounts, cap mounts. They have been worn out over the years. These are rubber parts connected with some steel. And we had to replace them as well. It was not a big job, but we don't like to replace them somewhere on our way, so that's why they are replaced. And hopefully they will hold for the lifetime of the truck, as hopefully the front axles are now problem secured, and never ever we would have a problem with that. We hope so. And we will see what is going on over the next time, in the next months and years with us. But right now we're having a good feeling that the truck is ready for the big journey, and finger crossed and that everything will be fine and we will not face any major breakdowns on our trip. So next time we will have our truck out of the port in Malaysia and continuing or starting our journey from there over Malaysia to Thailand and then into Laos, Cambodia and China. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe. It would help us to continue our journey, and we would really appreciate your support. Thank you very much, Rose and Carsten.
Hey all, Justin here from Brown Bear Components. We've got the Kiwis on the way truck here. What we're doing on this now is new inner axle bearings and seals. We've cleaned up all the mud and everything out of here, and that's quite important. We know these are off-road trucks, but as far as maintenance and to keep sand and dirt out of these seals, which will continually work its way back, is make sure these areas are clean after doing like an off-road weekend. The reason why I say that is because then you end up with these issues. Now, this has been sitting in solvent for about 3 days to get most of the paint off. We've taken the clips out because we've got to press new universals in there. But if you can see here, all the sand and dirt that's been pushing its way back into the seal area, and there's where the bearing's been rubbing, you're going to just get that eaten out, and that sand and dirt works your way in through your seals. But also, it'll happen on your universal joints if these are all packed with mud as well, and your inner portal races. Now, we've taken the shield off here. You can see these are all scored up. They're not just shiny, they're scored. And that's where your inner portal seal leaks are going to be coming from. So while we've had this apart for inspection, we noticed that this universal joint here is actually locking up. You can't twist it with your fingers. So the back one wasn't great either. We're going through these things so when they're on their trip for the next few years around the world, that the truck's going to be all set and sorted. Now, you wouldn't normally see these seized up. I've done quite a few trucks where they actually have grease inserts here on the ends. Not all the universal joints do, because some of them are the early versions where there is not a universal joint, and these are offset. These are special offset universal joints. But they'll have these grease fittings. Now normally they'll have 4 of those on each corner. So 1 on each corner of that universal joint. Now some of the new ones have 1 grease nipple that's fitted in there, and then 1 on the other side, on the non-offset side. And then what that does is it allows grease to be pumped into all 4 corners. But they have these long little tubes on them, on the grease nipples. It's detrimental that these things get lubricated, but also keep the truck clean as you can. Don't let mud and grease build up there over time, because it will wreck the components. And then you end up, unfortunately, with a costly repair. By the time you've got to pull the portals apart, pull the axles apart, replace sleeves and bearings and everything else. So this is kind of more of a show you what happens on the bad side of things. Now, if those universals, say, lock up while you're driving down the road, or blow apart, you're going to have some issues. You're going to do a lot of damage. I'll show you the earlier version. Just go over here to the other side of the workshop. So this is the earlier version of that cardan joint. So there's a grease nipple in on this side. You can see it's been set up pathways. It's a dead end, so it cannot pump grease to the other side. Now, has a grease nipple on that side too. But if you look at this knuckle here, is actually part of the universal joint, and then it has the other part of the universal joint there. Bit of a interesting system, an older system. You can see this one's also scarred up. Got those there for spare parts from my truck, because I shredded one of these at one point. You can see those are all rounded over. So what happens when you're in a haste and you do things and try to get somewhere. But yeah, back to the axle. So this will all get cleaned up as best we can. New universal joints and new wear rings, which are these bits here. You can see there's quite a bit of a difference. Those will get pressed on, and we'll get this truck back on the road. Thanks for having a look. This is Justin with Brown Bear Components.